Hey, B Marsh Boxing back at it with another live stream, and this is my post-fight review for this fight we had between Danny Jacobs versus Sergei Derevyanchenko. Very good fight, very entertaining fight. Round one, Danny Jacobs drops Derevyanchenko. You know what I mean? He catches, he goes for the right cross, for the left hand, he goes for the jab, and then he throws an overhand right, catches the man Derevyanchenko right on top of the temple, and he goes down. So that's a 10-8 round. Rounds 2 and 10, I gave it to Derevyanchenko, you know. They were close rounds, but Derevyanchenko was putting the pressure on Jacobs, had Jacobs on the ropes, and he was catching him sidestepping, Povetkin style, with them left hooks, you know what I mean? Which the man, Derevyanchenko, is a very good puncher with the left hooks and going to the body. And the inside game in my breakdown and prediction, that's why I said Derevyanchenko has an advantage if he can get on the inside and stay there, because Danny Jacobs seems vulnerable on the inside, and he did tonight too. You know what I mean? That's one thing. Danny Jacobs, I said, is a very talented fighter, arguably the most talented fighter at 160 at middleweight. You know what I'm saying? But his defense is leaky, and he did get caught with some punches tonight, some power punches, mind you, but he still weathered the storm. You know what I mean? Um, there was a nice punch in round three where the man Derevyanchenko uh, he landed shots on the inside, and he was landing some nice left hooks. And in round two, he caught the man Danny Jacobs and he wobbled him with the left hook and a jab and a straight right down the pike that caught Danny Jacobs, gave him kind of the spaghetti legs. But that was early, and he weathered the storm. Rounds four and five, I gave it to Danny Jacobs. I thought Danny Jacobs was landing the more harder punches, more effective, cleaner punches. You know what I'm saying? And he was on his bicycle, moving around. You know what I'm saying? And not giving the guy Derevyanchenko the angles that he needed to succeed. And Danny Jacobs, one thing about him that I thought he was making a mistake doing was standing in the pocket too long and trying to hook with the hooker. That's a no-no. You know what I'm saying? That's a no-no when you fighting a smaller guy, and occasionally on his way out with his chin up in the sky, he will get clipped. You know what I mean? Um, Round six, I gave it to Derevyanchenko. I thought Derevyanchenko was the more aggressive fighter in there, and he had Danny Jacobs more backing up and not throwing as many punches with the output like he was in the earlier rounds. Round seven, eight, and nine, I gave it to Danny Jacobs. Rounds 10, I gave it to Derevyanchenko. 11 and 12, I gave to Danny Jacobs. No, excuse me. 11, I gave to Danny Jacobs. Round 12, I gave it to Derevyanchenko. Anybody with two good eyes seen Derevyanchenko winning round 12. He was more the aggressive fighter. He was almost, he was going for the knockout, basically, and Danny Jacobs couldn't handle the pressure, you know what I mean? So overall, it was a good fight, very good technical fight. The technician, Derevyanchenko, he came to fight, and he almost won this fight, you know what I mean? I had this fight 115, 112 on my scorecard. That's basically 7 rounds to 5, 112 because of the knockdown in round one. And, it was a close fight, you know what I mean? Some of these rounds were pretty close, and Danny Jacobs, he came out victorious. I thought the right man won. But if this fight might have been anywhere else rather than his hometown of New York City, he might have lost this fight, or it might have been a draw. You know what I'm saying? You never know, because the scorecards was a split decision. You know what I mean? Two judges had it 115, 112. One judge, I believe, had it 116 to 111. You know what I mean? So I thought the right man won. Danny Jacobs moves on. Now all belts in the middleweight division are on the zone. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. They're on the zone. And Eddie Hearn is now and has two champions. Golden Boy De La Hoya has one champion who has two belts. And hopefully I'd like to see maybe, Cannoli versus Jacobs, because Andrade might be out the ring for a while. He said he had a shoulder injury in his last fight last weekend. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, Canoli and Jacobs can make that fight happen for Cinco de Mayo. Be Marsh Boxer. Leave your thoughts and comments. Let me know how you guys scored this fight. I had this fight 7 rounds to 5 in favor of Danny Jacobs. I thought that Derevyanchenko came to fight, and he was a very formidable opponent, a game opponent. But he was just getting hit a little bit more than he was hitting the man Danny Jacobs, and that's at the end of the day, that's boxing. Hit and don't get hit. Peace.